Good evening, Zelda Speedruns. We're back here again with some Majora's Mask Randomizer. Got the Blitz Season 2 tournament continuing on. We're in the losers bracket, round 3. KTBean versus ChaoticYosher should be a pretty good match. In the comms booth today is Fifth Whammy and Fox, and Tomaltalk and myself will be tracking. Take it away, folks.
Good morning, Termina. I'm Fifth Whammy here, bringing you some more MMR and ZSR. Again, a fine contest coming right up. KTBean on the left, ChaoticYosher on the right, as Blitz Season 2 continues. I've got the Wayfaring Fox here in comms, and I'm going to ask the classic question. What would you like to see in this seed, Fox?
Something. Hookshot and Stone Tower Temple.
It could happen. It could happen. We've got Dungeon ER in this season, so Inverted Stone Tower Temple could be picked up and plopped right in Woodfall, right in Snowhead. A lot of possibilities added to the board as our runners face the fairies very shortly. Don't worry, Zoe. Every seed so far has been Goron and Snowhead. I had Goron on Goat just the other day. Believe it or not. I got to experience my very first required remain seed. Go ahead. I'm going to refresh the commentary view.
We're off.
There we are. Okay. KTBean wants Don Jarrows on the ledge. ChaoticYosher heading north.
It looks like we got starting with Song of Healing. So, Yosher's doing typical like north opener kind of thing.
Yeah. KTBean has her Great Fairies mask on, and we see a shimmer in North Clocktown. But she's sharing Yosher's game plan. It's become more common this year to go out, play for the song wall for 60 rupees, and get some hints.
BFE foolish, Twin Islands foolish except song, Bombers red rupee. Deku Palace foolish except song.
Yeah. All our foolish is taken care of.
And we saw a North Clawtown Way of the Hero.
Alright. And well left path was foolish. I don't know if we got any others sometimes. Okay, Bomber's dead. Thank you, Chad.
Yeah, Bombers.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna refresh my commentary view here.
Yosher's doing, oh gosh, we're doing something. I'd understand this with a stockpile in foolish, but we have no info like about that.
Huh. Yeah, sorry, my view is coming back up. What's Yosher's line right now?
Yosher made it night 1.
Huh. Yeah, interesting play. We've seen all 3 foolishes, and Stockpine is not among them. KTBean taking a little more time
There is a fairy in.
I don't think ChaoticYosher's caught by the grotto yet.
There was a shimmer check, and there's a fairy in treasure chest game, and also there's a fairy on Grandma. So this is fairly decent information, I think.
Yeah, ChaoticYosher taking the time to poke his head into some extra areas. KTBean is interested in res mix-up. I don't know if Aroma in Office is still available at 7 p.m.
Currently not. Oh, 7 p.m.? No,
yeah,
that's
nice
fine.
prize for... Oh, okay. Yeah, nice prize on in res mix-up for KTBean. That's an FD. Really big man. Yeah. KTBean headed right to day 2. We see a wooden in Bomber's hideout. Yosher not proceeding to observatory for now. Well, FD Anywhere will still be around in Mystery. So KTBean investigating North Clock Town. Yosher picking up Donjeros. We'll take it right to the launcher pool. We haven't seen a visit from either runner yet.
Oh, there's
Postman's
the
hats,
fairy.
or Postman's game check for Yosher. Alright, there it is. Yeah, Snowhead, that's the first green. And then a silver for 40. Not bad, though. Bean and Yosher both for 1 rupees.
So yeah, there's no more fairies in that part of North Clock Town. So if there are any fairies, that also limits the post box having a fairy. If there are any more of them, it's kind of it would have to be like in the fairy fountain where Deku put Playground or something.
Yes, yes. The lack of a shimmer there going forward is useful info. Meanwhile, ChaoticYosher gets into a packed bomb shop, racer sword, bow, and couple's mask. One of those things not like the others, but still a great showing. And Trading Post, very competitive with an empty bottle and an All Knights mask. Terminafield Field shop checks 5 for 5. There's going to be a lot of pressure on rupees in the early game. Yosher has enough to bank 19. That'll put him on the way to bank 1. We've got a shimmer on West Clocktown too. Does that say Fairy Bank 1? I would have to think so. Maybe been going for the A&M. There's going to be a fairy on that. And first bottle. Quadruple Frog has light arrows. Guru, just a piece of heart. Yeah, KTBean had to spend 90 rupees at the shops. Is gonna leave behind Keppel's mask and that sword for now. Understandable.
Yeah, I think that is a fairy
A&M
on
is gonna
pick
lock
one.
the fairy. Yeah. There'll be time to pick that up later, hopefully. with all the stuff in the shops. Yeah, I'm probably a little behind. Very Shimmer on bank indeed. Yosher gives us our first peek at Turnerfield Grass Grotto. Nothing there.
There was a Honey and
KTBean
Darling
picking up
dead
light arrows.
hint.
That's a new hint. We did not solve that North Clocktown Waff yet.
Yeah, we sure haven't.
Alright. Camaro's Mask on Cafe Day 3. Meanwhile, ChaoticYosher headed to the Road to Seven Swamp. Yes, they are Zoe. They're
Stone
actually
Tower
a pretty
Temple
important
Way of
part
the
of the endgame
Hero.
here.
Oh dear.
You know, Elegy, it feels like it's a strong song in these settings. And that Stone Tower Temple can affirm that even further. Now, there's the possibility of ISDT being shuffled and having something, so you do have to look out for that. But, Elegy just got more interesting for our runners, I'd bet. Alright. KTBean taking advantage of the 60 rupees in Laundry Pool on night 2. Wants a sword, saving couples mass for later. Meanwhile, ChaoticYosher getting rupees from Tingle. Yosher popping the big Octo right away. It's the owl.
So, the Way of the Hero for North Clocktown is either Transformation Fairy or Deku Playground.
Yes. I don't think we've seen... I'm going to try refreshing again. I don't think we've seen Deku Playground hint, have we?
No, we haven't.
That would be possible, too. ChaoticYosher gets the time. Third Waff, Iconic Castle.
So that by default makes Fire Arrows and Ice Arrows Way of the Hero.
That's a very good insight, because you're going to need both to get the checks in Iconic Castle. And one of those has to be Waff. I think the Don Joe's Mask is very responsible for sending both our runners south. Now, ChaoticYosher chose to pass on Swamp Archery. KTBean looks like she's giving it a shot. Ooh. Nice pickup for Yosher here. A hook shot for 10 at the potion shop. These settings shuffle 2 checks in every shop in addition to the traditional Big Bomb Back purchase. And so far the merchants of Tournament are doing very well for themselves. And so we're 12:30 in. We've got bow, we've got hook. We've got a bottle. And this KTBean has the bottle. I don't know if Yosher bought the bottle.
You didn't buy the bottle.
KTBean picked up a red potion at the shop. It might have been tough to really
No,
budget for it.
she
given everything.
didn't have enough money.
Yeah, there's been... Okay, first yellow on Frog in Southern Swamp, but, you know, with everything in the shops, this is one of the few, you know, this is one of the cases where you can really see Red Potion being delayed.
Mm-hmm.
One advantage of the visit to Swamp Archery here is that the bushes here can refill your rupees. Alright. Oh! Nice pickup for
Mirror.
KTBean. ChaoticYosher Swamp Archery. KTBean did not, is rewarded with the Mirror Shield. With the waft as it
honestly
is, odds are
presume that's
fine.
required, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, songs in general are a lot stronger than individual checks, even in Blitz, where you might not need to visit as many dungeons. Songs are still songs. Didn't see the Northwest Terminal Field hint. I don't know if that was
It was
anything
the second
pick
North
up the
plot
skipping
town.
on stream again. Okay. KTBean's Great Fairies Mask shimmering here in Southern Swamp. Odds are that's going to be land title deed unless we saw something on the roof, which I don't think we
The
did.
frog is loaded. The frogs has the ferry. So I don't know if there's another one.
The Dongos has a gilded chest. What do we see here?
Magic.
Oh. So we've got usable light arrows at 15 minutes in. Hook shot. You know, all you need is an icon access mask, and you've got shrine access.
I'll tell you one thing that we're not seeing from Katie is getting that hook shot right now.
Yeah, she went back to Clocktown, and I think she's thinking potion.
No, she wanted to buy the
She's gonna get a
couple's
peek.
mask.
She's on
on
day
day
3 now is the problem, so she might not get back to that hook for a while. No hint near Milk Road. Yosher thinking of a ranch play. KTBean also thinking of a ranch play, if she's going in this direction. Of course, Yosher's just hitting day 2, so... Is this going to be hit the owl and bail, or are we going to see doubles here? Oh. Fire arrows on P-Hat.
Okay.
Yosher skipped P-Hat. Yosher was coming here during the night. Given an iconic castle waft, that's not something you want to leave behind for too long.
So we've seen... I think we have everything except Icona, Access, and Ice Arrows to get up there.
Okay. ChaoticYosher buying the shield. I think by mistake. KTBean sees the deed, does not have rupees to buy it. No hint on Milk Road. Day 3 for KTBean, she can head the ranch. Day 2 for ChaoticYosher, he can't head the ranch yet. Pulling out a Pana. You know, a staple of the usual observatory opener is to take a Pana south here. But Yosher's already been to Southern Swamp. Okay. Yosher not going to Orphan.
Womp
Yeah,
womp.
that's an important decision.
There could be something else there, but that's just a hook shot. Like, we've got so much stuff we need already, just given the iconic Castle Loth. So
yeah, it's been a super fast early game. Bow, hook, magic, fires, lights, battle, mirror. Thank you, Axel. Pohut's off the table. I think we've seen 4 sometime since. Oh, we've got a shimmer on Grog.
oh my goodness.
Oh! Oh, wow.
So that
That's-
means any Loth. So that was a required Snowhead Temple Fairy. That means that there is a required item that it is. You have to get these fairies to get whatever remains is there.
We have a special seed tonight. It's rare, but it's possible, and it's possible tonight. Snowhead Stray Fairy required on lemons. And Swamp Archery hinted. Good break for ChaoticYosher there. Also, the Mirror Shield is required. That's not a surprise, but
Yeah, that was
required
expected.
Snowhead Stray Fairy, a big deal. Big deal, which means you're gonna need Lullaby to turn it in.
Well, at this point, you know what's gonna be in Iconic Castle? It's probably just gonna be Goron Lullaby.
Could be Lullaby. Also note there's a big Gilded on day 3. Unfortunately, KTBean doesn't have access because of the lack of hookshot. She'll have to wait. Yosher could get it. But right now, Yosher's headed west. I mean, it's been a fairy light seed so far. There's been 1 Snowhead Fairy on Clocktown Tingle, 1 Yellow Fairy on the Frog in Southern Swamp.
There's
Oh,
Goron. Like, this seat's calling
couples
itself
at
out
the
very
shop
quickly.
leads to Goron. Wow, I mean, Goron fires. That's not just north access. That's Snowhead Temple access. As long as you have that Lullaby. I mean, given our mix of items, the item mix really seems to be spelling out. Go to Iconic Castle.
Good.
Icero.
Again.
Go to Iconic Castle, get your Lullaby. Yeah, both of our runners getting breaks. KTBean gets the Southern Swamp Loft. She knows to go down there. ChaoticYosher, as long as he visits Ranch, will be reminded of Swamp Archery in the mirror there.
So this begs the question
First
though,
green
where
for
are
Yosher.
these other 3 Snowhead fairies? I guess one could be here.
Could be here. Gilded chest in treasure chest game. KTBean's gonna play.
We know from Yosher's End that this has to be a fairy.
Okay, tough map for KTBean. Still has
She
some time.
tried the one next. Oh, okay, she got that clip, but yeah, she could have just done the corner right next
That's
to
Snowhead.
it and would have been fine. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, that's 2 greens. So TCG required. We have 2 wafts fulfilled. North Clocktown, Ice Arrow, Southern Swamp Hook. Iconic Castle, gonna have a song. Stone Tower Temple. That's an interesting one.
Could be Twin Mold's
Yeah,
Remains.
Treasure Chest Game is in East Clocktown.
It could be Twin Mold's Remains.
Yeah, it could.
To get to Twin Mold?
Twin Mold Remains for Deku.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could
maybe Deku
absolutely
on
be
Twin Mold.
that. Could be Deku on Twin Mold, yeah. That feels like a good option.
Yeah. Alright, first pink in the staff room. KTBean626 also taking advantage of the 60 rupees here. This is a seed that really taxes your rupees. I don't believe KTBean did ANM yet. Her fairy count would reflect it if so. But that shimmer in Ramo's room, a lot more interesting now. Or shimmer on bank, also very interesting.
Another Woodfall.
That's a pink. Right. Yeah, the one seed I experienced that was a required remains was I forget what color it was. Not a very would it be useful to remember now that it actually showed up in a commentated race. Right, so KTBean cycles.
So the remains.
Required remains can happen if there's something on the boss, right?
Yeah, if there's something on the boss locking the other 3 remains. And it doesn't have to be one thing, it could be 2 things.
I believe it's the first time in the tournament, yes. Yeah, and I would... They're pretty rare. I think my estimate is around 2 to 3%. And I would be surprised if... or I would not be surprised if a lot of people haven't played one yet. Clean punches from Bean against our Dodongos. Yosher has Goron Mask on the way. Magic for Bean. So what's left is what we have to think about now. Deku, Zora, Iconic Access Mask. Iconic Access Mask probably the most interesting of those right now.
Yeah, my guess is it's...
Yosher hasn't bought the couples mask.
Nope.
Yeah, KTBean heading north before pursuing the Southern Swamp Waff. She won't be punished for that because Hook isn't super useful right now at the moment up north. Yeah, my guess is she's playing for Elder Goron. You know, you need Lullaby. It's time to start doing your song checks. And we've got another shop up north, and shops have done very, very well for themselves this seed.
like she's not electing not to do that yet. And I think she's gonna probably just do this, then go to Grandma's Stories, and then to Swamp. That's another Stone Tower Fairy.
Alright, that's half the snowhead pillar. You need lens of for it to be in logic, but it's perfectly grabbable lensless. And perhaps she was just buying time to do A&M. Okay, I see now. Now A&M to day 2, and then Southern Swamp. Meanwhile, Yosher finding Cafe's mask. In the Mystery Woods. I presume Yosher bought a potion?
I didn't see.
KTB knows about the shimmer on Grandma's Stories. Let's see how they pay out.
Yes, he has one.
Yeah, I don't think he's talked to Kotaka yet.
I don't know.
Yeah, Common View has been a little skippy. They're trying.
Great Bay.
Okay, Blue Fairy on Long Story. Alright, thank you, chat. Oh, Yosher already has the waft here, the hook shot. Could be something else, but there's really not a lot to be found in the rest of the seed. 2 remains will do, Zoe. Yeah, there's 5 fairies of each color out in the world. You start with the other 40. Find 2 sets, turn them in, go fight Majora, you win. A yellow for Bean. A circus leader's mask from Kwame. Mr. Wood's really only offering that Cafe's mask? Missing one sometimes hint if I'm counting correctly?
Think so.
I don't think Yosher's seen the hint yet, but is going to make a good decision here by visiting Swamp Archery. That'll award him his Mirror Shield. So a bit of catch-up for our runners, from our perspective, a moment's breather. I mean, the keys to the seed right now are the Goron Lullaby and the Icona Access. And it's... You really have to suspect a Lullaby on Icona Castle. I mean, maybe the best line is that our runners go back, follow up on that north play. Can't even hit the owl at least. With the lack of Zora, there isn't a huge amount open out west. There's the Cape Grotto, which Goron can punch.
Option, because it's not it. So like, I think at this point I think it has to be either Great Bay or Stone Tower for the remains progression. Like, given what we have.
Right. It could be, George's remains for Zora, or maybe Deku. Quimmel's remains for Deku. I mean, we're equipped pretty well to handle We can full clear. I mean, we can maybe not full clear. No, I think we can full. We get pretty close to full clearing Woodfall and Snowhead, and we can at least get to the bosses and beat them the normal way.
Yeah, we can beat
Shot
the
for
bosses.
KTBean. ChaoticYosher going to get the news about Snowhead Stray Fairy here. I mean, we know we need a Bremen mask as well, too. Somewhere Bremen is out there.
And this is a weird situation, but considering we want we're probably gonna run into the Snowhead fairies. I think it's a better idea just to find the remaining 3. Like, I was thinking maybe you could go for early Igor. Kirby fan, we have require hinted mirror shield for swamp archery on our sometimes. So it's not gonna be the pillar.
Yeah, I mean, we know the song is important. I guess there's nothing stopping for the pillar from having something too. That would be pretty remarkable. All right, Yosher gets the news. You know, we have no explosives yet, so no peeking the Graveyard Grotto, no Sonata for Kita, no Captain's Hat to do much of anything there. Well, I eat my words. KTBean finds bombs under the punch rock. I'm going to refresh my commentary view here. Okay, there we go. Right. No. Fortuitous routing for KTBean because now she's equipped with bombs to bring to the Lens Cave. Twin Allen's Foolish. She's forgetting about her Twin Allen's Foolish here. Yosher's gonna gamble on Dog Race. And yes, Zoe, getting fairy hints is actually a really big part of playing the settings well. It's, you know, I think the central feature of this tournament. And it's cool that we have a tournament that can really take advantage of those and spin something new out of them. Yosher gambling on Dog Race. I don't think we had a Shimmer here, and I don't think we've seen Mask of Truth, so this is just a gamble.
Nice magic, lot of magic.
Huh. A bit of time lost for Bean, but double magic isn't a bad thing to have. The next member of the Tournament Merchants Guild right here in the Goron Shrine. First, Bean's going to set up Elder Goron. Yosher going to use that starting healing to help Mikkel out. Eagle Eyes in chat pointing out that's a red rupee on Goron Village Ledge. Thank you.
There's the next Snowhead Fairy.
I think the shops are 4 for 4. Every shop.
So far.
Yeah.
Hi, MJ Evans. You should.
Every shop.
Go ahead.
Yeah, every shop in Terminus has something so far. It's been quite remarkable.
MJ Evans, please do exclamation mark sometimes.
It's a very proper Blitz seed. The most proper Blitz seed. Wow. Look at Mikal there. He's got a lens of truth in his heart. That's not hinted in any way. Interesting pickup for Yosher.
Yes, we have a required fairy on Lemons. So the snowhead fairies tonight are logically required to beat the seed.
You know, those commercials were airing in 2000, so Mikal could.
Garo.
Right, that's Icona access for Bean.
I'm not even gonna see her go
Yosher
west
hot
for
on her
a
trailer.
while.
Yes. West is the direction that we have not been pointed to.
Sure have it. Like,
Who's gonna stop and see the Elder Goron song? If it's Lullaby, that's a big deal.
if it's Lullaby, that's an eyebrow raiser. If this is Lullaby.
Yeah, the only way this is gonna be Lullaby is if the Icona song locks 3 fairies still. Or
Yes.
locks, yeah.
We would have to lock an item.
Imagine if it... Yeah, imagine if it locked a green fairy.
I guess if it is, then if this is Lullaby, then it'd have to be Elegy.
Elder Goron's the
It's
Song of
Storm.
Storms. Yeah, Zoe, it turns out they could be any remains. So our Snowhead Fountain... It won't have Goat, actually. Because if it were Goat's remains, well, you could just go through Snowhead Temple and clear Goat normally. You wouldn't need the remains for it. So it would have to be George's remains or Twinmold's remains.
Yeah, it's one of those two because we can beat Woodfall and Snowhead.
Yeah, KTBean heading east right away. Not only do you have Logical Waff Iconic Castle, I mean, you have Pamela access too, as a bonus.
Yeah, that's with Storm's Not Foolish. I think you just go check Pamela right now.
I mean, you might as well, right?
Yeah, well, I'm like
Give it
that
away
might
this
be
season.
either Bremen or your next Snowhead Fairy. Like given the situation.
I mean, I feel like priority 1 is to get your Iconic Castle song, see if it's Elegy or Lullaby. Yosher making a play for Darmani here. Lands on Mikal. Could be a significant boost to Yosher's. Just a piece of heart. If we need the lens, it's not for that. Funny thing is, lens is logic for the pillar in Iconic Castle. Not that the Waff is that, but hey, you never know.
I think it'd have to explicitly be Zora at this point. Or maybe Captain's Hat.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of required items left. I mean, Deku, Zora, and captains, and I mean, you know the Snowhead Fairy remains is going to lock one of those. KTBean heading on up to Upper Icona. She did peek Icona Canyon Ledge. Nothing there. Alright. We're gonna get yellow hints. Fix yourselves. Path to Snowhead, Pirate's Fortress Sewer, Great Bay Temple. Snowhead Temple. Two different temples, neither of them is Stone Tower Temple. And we already knew about Path to Snowhead Pillar. It's actually logically accessible by...
That's what I expected. She's going right for it.
Oh. I mean, it does route nicely with the fairy fountains. I mean, you really do need to scour your seed until you find those 5 greens. KTBean's got 3 of the 5. You can't really shimmer peek Pamela until you can get inside the music box. So you just gotta go for it. Yeah, that matches up with what I have. Tumble Talk, nice work.
Yeah, this looks good so far.
The fairy hints are nice practice for remembering what's in each region. If you ever want to try it, getting to watch it a lot is actually pretty helpful. That's how I got started.
It's
I started by
Bremen!
watching these streams. Wow!
So where's
Pamela
the last
Pace.
one?
Required Pamela for required lemons for a required remains behind Snowhead Temple, Snowhead Fairies. We have a work of art here. Potential seed of the tournament right here. I mean, there's one sometimes hint left. Pamela's on the sometimes list. So a good pickup for KTBean. You can suspect she'll be routing to... Is that? That's Captain's Hat on the pillar.
Oh my gosh.
That's Captain's Hat on the pillar.
Right.
Now you want the song here. We definitely want the song here because of the sometimes it says Mirror Shield required. But I mean, while you're here, you take it. You take the Captain's Hat. In a seed like this, they could both be Fluff Saber. They could totally both be Fluff. That Razor Sword in the shop coming in mighty handy against Egos here. And no Deku, no GFS. A little bit tougher to fight than normal. KTBean dispatches the minions. We're gonna get our first observatory visit from Yosher.
Blast mask.
Blast Mask. That's Yosher's first explosive. Yosher will be happy to see that. And Bean just gonna Ice Arrow him. Reach with the light. be a bit far. But double magic coming in handy now. Oh, bad news for Bean. Heh. Well done, Axel. Well done. Applause. Applause with zero shame for that pun in chat. Except there's 2.5 hearts. Last bit of magic. Who says the foolish Twin Islands didn't have value?
Yep. Go on, Lullaby. Pretty much expected at this point.
Right, so Lullaby and Iconic Castle, we know that's Wath. KTB noted the captain's hat on her tracker, not going to go for it. Right, meanwhile, Yosher got a blast mask from the observatory and is going to see what our business scrub has in store. We don't have a wallet to buy it if he's got something. And yeah, KTBean already hit that owl. Soars right to Snowhead. Is actually interested in the grotto. I didn't... My eyes were off of Yosher's stream. We didn't get anything on Larry.
I didn't see anything.
Yosher headed right past Punch Rock.
It's because he didn't do the mayor. Okay, so
That's
now,
right. You're right.
now let's find out where is the last one.
Lens on Macau.
Great Bay Coast.
That's easy.
The fish? It's the fish, isn't it?
It's... Yeah, it could be fish. We haven't seen a bean yet, so I don't think it would be... No. Logically, it can't be Clifford. Unless there's a loose bean somewhere.
I wouldn't... I'm gonna be a little picky, but from what I can feel about how the seed's going, I would just not go in. Mostly because I wouldn't want to deal with that. Because like the chance of this being ISTT is like very high.
Well, trouble with the ridge for bean. I think you make a good point, Fox. You know you've got to come back to turn in the fairies, and I believe KTBean should know that all the fairies are accessible at this point. She has the Bremen mask. She did, and looks like, yeah, KTBean agreed, soaring back. Meanwhile, Yosher's going to do live fish. Oh wait, this isn't it. That was not a green fairy.
Then it's the cliff.
Yeah, it's got to be Clifford.
Which means there's logically a bean accessible?
Logically, there's a loose bean somewhere. You know, illogically, you might as well just go ahead and long jump across using your hook and bombs.
Yeah.
Of course, Yosher's going to have a tougher time with just the blast mask. But Yosher doesn't have the info to be pursuing fairies yet, and Bean does.
I mean, markers, it's possible that this seed's like gonna do something like could be like first chest in Bird's Down Tower Temple or something. And then that's your bean. Or it could just be here in Cape.
Yeah, I mean, well, we know the remains can't be for the bean. I briefly wanted to consider that, but no, if it's locking a fairy, then the fairies have to come first. Yeah. KTBean going to investigate Post Grotto. Get a stone mask. If she does Macau, she'll get lens. You're investigating Cape. We've got a peek here. Is that Giant's Mask down there?
I think so.
Yeah, big man on res mix-up. Kate even did it. ChaoticYosher skipped it.
Oh, that could be really bad. If it actually is Gyurg, then Gyurg with FD is gonna be required.
Yeah, that can happen. That can actually happen. And if that were to happen, FD would be 2 stars.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a wall.
Yosher in... That's in Cape Grotto. I don't think we found anything definitive behind a wall yet. Of course, Yosher the first to grab one. We're gonna get Blue Fairy intel. Yosher gonna take the chime to grab that. Yeah. With the remains, you can get the guy, George about Zora.
Yeah, the game, like, this is just the vanilla behavior. Once you have the remains, you can take the warp.
Mara considers that in logic.
Yeah, that's the situation that we have going on. 2 in PFI, 1 in Shrine.
1 Shrine, 2 in Interior.
He doesn't have the 1 in the inn yet. 1 in Zora Hall.
1 in Stockpot Inn is behind A&M, and 1 in Zora Hall. Alright, KTBean swimming the long way to Great Big Coast.
If it's Zora, we're just done.
I mean, we already got Mountain Title Deed on Tingle, so blues are looking very favorable as the second color. Shrine,
Yeah,
PFI,
I think...
PFI.
There's the second hint. That hint had to be... I think that was, like, the only location for that hint. So I think it's more likely that it is Zora. Like, given what we just saw. I think it has to be. Unless if it's literally Lulu, or if Deku's locking, I think. So, but we're gonna find out.
I mean, we know there's... Yeah. Yeah, well... Yeah, this is some useful tech that KTBean's going to show off here. Long jumps across the cliffs. Cleanly done. Yeah, there's a yellow in PFS and 2 blues in PFI, so... Yeah, it could be Zora. KTBean gets her 4th fairy, immediately soaring to Milk Road, gonna double, gonna do lemons. Lemons care of Pamela, no less. I think, was it a cycle and a soar now from Yosher? Yeah, cycle.
And we're not checking the mirror.
Yeah, I mean, ChaoticYosher still doesn't have a transformation mask to get the ice arrows in North Clocktown. And
Doesn't have the Goron he needs to
Yeah.
go do to be able to complete the seed. Period.
yeah, I mean that's the trouble because yeah, I mean we've got 2 items so far that are locked behind, one-off checks that aren't hinted yet. That Mayor with the Goron mask, that Pamela with the Bremen mask, and the Termina National Anthem will play on KTBean's side of the screen. Look at those required lemons, aren't they cute? Huh. Yosher also doing a foolish Twin Islands. Double magic for Yosher. I mean, it worked out for Bean. I can't mock it. Twitch chat dancing along. Hope you enjoy the music. I see the dinos. I see alpacas. I think those are alpacas. Maybe they're sheep.
Arctic Kuma, the hint directly says Grog has a Snowhead Stray Fairy required. So, logically speaking, the Snowhead Fairies are necessary to finish the seed.
In 95% of seeds, you'd be right. Probably like 97% or so. But this is a very special seed today, and that is green set completion. Happy 1 hour. You're watching MMR on ZSR, and boy, do we have a show for you. I'm here. I'm Fifth Whammy, here with the Wayfaring Fox. We've got Saber on Restream and tracking, Tumultuck on tracking, you in chat, and a required Pamela, 4 required lemons, 4 required fairy, 4 required remains.
It's Twin
Mold remains, no less.
Alright, so let's go fight Twimold here. That was the more likely option. Because...
I agree, and that's going to fulfill our Stone Tower Temple off. I mean, we're at the point where if this gives us Zora...
It's just
I feel like it's... Yeah, if this gives us Zora... Yeah, I mean, it's go mode for KTBean. We know where...
Yeah, it is...
Well, actually, she doesn't know blue fairies, but...
Yeah, if she checks blue fairies, it's over. If this is Zora. Because there's literally nothing else that you need to finish. But it's a toss-up between either Deku or Zora here. It could be...
I feel like if it's Zora...
There are 2 checks. It could be either. Or it could even be both. Yeah.
The way this seed has gone, it could be both. I mean, I think no matter what, if it's just Zora, Zora has to lock Deku.
Yes.
Because if we had Deku, we'd be able to clear the normal way. But we don't, so we need remains.
It could also be Enshrine, which we have completely avoided.
That's one piece of the puzzle that Yosher tracks down.
That's a bean lock bean.
Yeah, there's still some magic bean out there that was needed to put that blast fairy into logic. So the blue fairy in Zora Hall is on stage lights. ChaoticYosher had the money for the mountain title did at the time. KTBean didn't. But if the fairy's on stage lights, it might not matter.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter. Truth, everybody.
We are. What is it? It's not the piece of heart. It's Zora.
Okay, yep. So as long as she goes
Yeah.
and checks the hint, it's over. So she needs to go and check the Great Bay Fairy hint.
I think she is interested in the last sometimes. Yeah, it's a pretty cheap gossip to grab. Alright, and there we are, Coast. She's got Zora.
Tomotalk, Zora has to lock Deku. So
Yeah,
it has to lock Deku.
yeah.
Because if you had Deku elsewhere, you could get to Twin Mold without the remains.
Yeah, the amazing thing about the seed logically is that Zora needs to lock Deku. Because if we could have found Deku before going to Stone Tower Temple, or ISTT, then that remains would not have been required. We could have just gone through, you know, as Deku. But no, it turns out Deku's locked behind it. Not that KTBean is going to need it. She's going to get a wallet. This is bad timing for the comment. Okay, there we go. Okay, just gonna skip 2 rounds of hookshotting. Ledge grab this this bit. Meanwhile, Yosher with Hook and that new Garo mask gonna investigate the east. Yosher is able to, out of logic, clear Iconic Castle here.
Also,
no
I
ice
should.
arrows, but those are.
Yeah, I should also clarify.
Yes, Max?
Deku directly blocks that remain, so it's pretty much guaranteed.
KTBean's tracker. She's writing stuff down. She's written down mountain title data's on Tingle. She's got the hints. Does she realize that is go?
I hope so. Like, we don't need Deku at all. Deku could be, like, behind eggs, and we don't have to worry about doing that.
I mean, knowing KTBean's track record, I certainly think she would at this point. I mean, both these runners have won a race. Both these runners have practiced, appeared in weeklies. They know how this goes.
Yeah,
Zora
the last
shop,
fairy
the only shop not really to have anything. Here's stage lights for Bean. This is going to be it. It's 2.
Shooter chat.
Soaring right away.
Yeah, she should
Oh, did
just
she
make
shimmer
it
check?
tight. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she's got GFM out. Yeah, at this point, you can double. I mean, you'd have Shrine, which can take some time, but it could also be on, you know, Dynalphos, and you can be right back out of there.
Yeah, that's why I would have played Song Double Time in all.
Yosher trying Smithy, making use of that wallet and Zora Cape. You know, in about 2 minutes of 2 minutes of in-game time, I guess maybe 2 minutes of real time, it'll tick the night anyway.
Roughly, that's like...
She might have some extra ribbon marching too, yeah.
Okay, she's doing it now. Cool.
Yep, there's the double. Alright, meanwhile, Yosher picking up that res mix-up. That's going to be FD for Yosher. But, yep, KTBean has declared go mode on her tracker. She knows her position. You know, it's going to be a quick show tonight, but what a show it was. Bait red potion.
She could have, like, put the Great Fairy Mask back on, but she also has Stone Mask, too. Okay, that's not it either. So it's the last two chests.
Yeah, by process of elimination.
Yeah, Stone Mask is going to be really helpful getting out of the guard chest room. It just makes it... It's just super quality of life.
It's really helpful here. And you could shoot a couple of the guards with the bow, but easier and safer when you have go mode nerves. Meanwhile, Yosher picking up that Goron mask, finally visiting the mayor. I mean, they were so much for sale in the shops today that you can't blame him too hard for delaying that. I mean, if we want to cram the 8 PM on, I think she'll be done by... I mean, it's going to depend on how many shrine bosses she's got to do. But, you know, with FD double magic, the seed is very much in Bean's favor. Yosher remembering the Shimmer Peak here, gonna secure this Snowhead Fairy. It's a required treasure chest game. Fairy number 14 for KTBean. Shrine's gonna close it out. Razor Sword Shrine. So that 50 rupee sword in the bomb shop turned out to be a very good pickup.
I do want to break up for food, so I don't know But yeah, this should finish before then, but I don't know if we can get a full team ready. Okay, good. I don't think it's final chest.
Might have to reset my router in between races. We'll see. Well, I mean, this one was so fast that...
Yeah, this one was so quick that I think I might be okay with it. I just need like 20 minutes to go eat. That's really it.
Yeah, I'll certainly take a bit of a breather myself. But yeah, ChaoticYosher finally finding the Goron, finally finding the ice arrows. Headed to Iconic Canyon. Right, so, Dinolfos not it. I don't know if Shimmer would go off here in the final chest room. She's not really bothering. Well, okay, she puts it on. No Shimmer here. She's gonna need another boss. You're gonna see the captain's hat. A bait captain's hat, turns out. Not needed at all.
That was a big chest.
Turns it down. Imagine if that was Deku.
It can't be. It can't be. No, it's the.
Oh yeah, you're
wizard.
right. You're right. It's got to be Zora locked. Yeah. And the only thing that would have benefited her there would have been a sword upgrade, and even
Yeah.
then only for this wizard.
Yeah, it would only affect this fight. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got the Shimmer on here. Wizrobe is gonna have it. Yosher catching back up. Got double defense. That's the same kit Bean does to fight off egos.
I was gonna say, imagine that was a woodfall. No.
That's... Nope. That's go for Bean. Yeah, it could have been Woodfall, or... it could have been Woodfall. But we'll never know. Nice egos for Yosher. That's gonna be a lullaby. Yosher's only got one green on the ZSR tracker. Hasn't updated his own tracker. He didn't have long to wait at the clock tower. Ricky on Smithy 1. Goats remains on Blue Fairies. Official go for Bean. In the end, I think the deciding factors of the seed were the unhitted items. The Goron on the Mare, and the Bremen on Pamela, which I'm not sure we're going to get a hint for. KTBean picked those up. Both runners also got the lights by way of Don Gero here. And, you know, those were, I think, the deciding factors in the race. Strong performance from Bean.
Yeah.
You know, read the very unique hints, understood what was at stake, and delivered those green fairies.
I was gonna mention like you can, like, with the tricks that people are aware of, you can skip the green fairies, but it's like, why? There's not really much of a point. And it would have been to a detriment if you tried to skip them, because then you'd have to go find Deku to, like, literally do anything. Because the Stone Tower fairies were Deku locked, but the Great Bay fairies were not.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Stone Tower was what, PFS, GBT, SHT left.
Yeah, GBT Snowhead is a hard Deku block, so, like, due to the Captain's Hat location. So
Right.
it's like...
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Captain's Hat is Deku locked. KTBean wasn't
Yep.
choosing to skip it. She couldn't do it. Well, I guess she could have. Maybe there was a way around it. I don't know if it's legal.
Yeah, I don't know if the way around it is legal in MMR. I'd have to ask.
KTBean has 4 hearts and a backup red potion. PFI gave her that red potion for free. Phase 1 from my perspective.
GG.
GG. KTBean blazing through a very special seed. 1 hour, 20 minutes, 32 seconds, the official time. What a seed. What a chain. And yeah, that mystery experience probably really helped. It, you know, expertly done by Bean. She'll move on.
Yeah, I think it's also really nice that we had, in this case, where it was very clear, because, like, one thing that the fairy hints in MMR, like fairy and skull hints, are so incredibly well done. If it's required, it really does mean it's required. So, like, it does mean you're logically required to get those fairies. So I think that's really nice that she was able to interpret that correctly.
And here she is. GG Bean.
GG.
What a seed.
That was such a blessed seed. Required Pamela. Required lemons. Required snowhead fairies.
All in the same chain.
All on the same chain, exactly.
This is like the one time you can see, like, required fairies and it's not be like absolutely menacing on, like, all sanity or something, or like, so, like, this is the first time I've really seen it outside of that perspective, and I'm really happy to have seen it.
I was so happy when I saw the hint. I was like, it's not only required snowhead fairies, it's required lemons.
Zoe, it's required to get Twinmold's remains to go fight Twinmold for Zora, and we presume that you cannot get through ISTT without the remain to get Zora, and Deku is behind Zora somewhere. We We don't know where Deku is. It just has to be locked behind Zora.
Yeah, I honestly expected to see Deku on the Twin Mold. Either Heart Container or Warp. So when I saw Zora, I was like, huh. Okay, I guess Deku's behind Zora.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, since Deku's not hard required, there was no reason to pick it up. It could have been somewhere nasty, like, too. Like we didn't see it like PFI, so it could have been like behind eggs, for allergy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the two pivotal checks this seed were that Goron mask on the couple's mask, and of course that Bremen on Pamela. And
Yeah,
you got the vote pretty quickly.
yeah. I felt it was reasonable to check Pamela given the situation, and Pamela, like, there's another sometimes hint, and it's not gonna be for Pamela. I think there's no space for it.
Yeah, I didn't find a last sometimes hint.
I guess.
Yeah, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, I think my thought process for Pamela was, Storms is not foolish, and I mean, all it could mean is that this is either something on Clifford, which there was something on Clifford that was required.
There was.
Or Stone Tower Bean Chest, or Pamela. So I said to myself, I'm gonna go check the Stone Tower fairies anyway, so I might as well just go check Pamela. It's not gonna be too long, so. I even said to myself right before, I'm like, I don't think this can be Bremen. And then it was Bremen. I don't know why I was thinking that, but that just made it all the more surprising and hilarious to me.
Well, you might have been thinking it, but you did it, and that's what counted. Yeah, there's possibly a required bean out there somewhere that we didn't actually need because you just used your hook and jumped across.
It could have been the first chest of ISCT, by the way. We actually are like down to like a handful of checks. There's like so few available. There's like War, Final Chest, and then I think maybe Sword School. I don't know if you did Sword School, Katie.
I did not, nor did I do Postman's minigame.
Yeah, we saw it posted in the game early. Okay.
My commentary view was skipping around all race, but I know Yosher did Postman's game. Might have done school? I don't remember. But yeah, you went to Ranch, and that's when the floodgates open, when the Lemon's Gossip Stone tells you that you need them for a required fairy, and yeah, all the usual thinking went out the window from there. Wow. I mean, other highlights. I think every shop but Zora shop had a required item this seed.
Yeah, because Zora's the final item in the chain anyway. So it's reasonable. There's no required items there.
Now, how many required remain seeds have you played before this? Being out of curiosity, they're pretty rare.
I think it was only that one seed. I don't know if it was a weekly, maybe, where it was before some of the logic got a little changed a bit, where it was a required Woodfall Fairy on bombers or something.
Yeah, I remember.
But it wasn't actually required.
It wasn't actually required, and yeah, I think it got looked into, and then Zoe changed the setting and fixed that. I forgot how that happened specifically. It was something out of the logic, but that doesn't happen anymore. When the Gossip Stone said required limits today, it was for real. It was for real.
I think there was one other seed too, but
I remember playing one. It was recently, like maybe in a week or so ago.
yeah, I think it was a seed that Pojo rolled and posted. So
Yeah. And then Yosher, we can't actually hear you. If you're trying to say anything, I don't know if you're muted.
I was waiting to just be formalized, brought in is all.
Oh, well, sorry about that. But yeah, wow, that was quite the seat that we all just experienced here.
Yeah, I still really haven't experienced apparently most of it because I still don't have Majora. Even after.
I mean,
Zora was the
Big
last
delay.
item in the chain. It was.
Oh.
It was the reward. It was the Wath out of Stone Terror Temple, which is on Twin World.
yeah,
Well,
so the Snowhead fairies gave the Twin Mold Remain. Then you use the Twin Mold Remain to go fight Twin Mold and get Zora Mask. And then Deku's somewhere behind Zora, which is why the Snowhead fairies are required, because you logically need Deku Mask to get to Twin Mold. Otherwise.
Yes,
For
exactly.
reference, I just found Bremen Mask now 15 minutes in the future.
Yeah.
did we?
Katie went right to Pamela when she got up to Icona. That's when, it was that and getting Goron quite a bit earlier that were the big things.
Yeah. Once I found Goron, I knew there was very little chance of catching that distance up because technically I probably could have picked it up 40 minutes, but I didn't have the couple's mask on the first pass through, so whoops.
Well, the shops were very, very crowded today. I
Yep.
think every shop slot in Clocktown had something. Even the sword was valuable because it was your only real offense apart from FD, and very useful for doing shrine and other stuff. And then Hookshot was in Potion Shop, and then there was a Green Fairy in Goron Shop, and that ended up being required too.
Oh, I don't know if we Okay, so the answer to the bean, because Yosher, you found the logical bean, Shrine Grotto.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so there was a Snowhead fairy on Clifford in Great Bay Coast.
That's true.
So that bean.
So that was a bean of the hero, yeah. That's the only bean available logically to get the fairy.
It's funny because right before I head up that way, I popped in and grabbed the illogical bean, and then it's like, oh, there's the real one.
Yeah, there's a race coming up fairly soon, and I think because this race finished so quickly, we're gonna see if we can get that race restreamed.
Yeah, I'm gonna reset my router, see if that helps my internet. It's been a bit spotty during this race. Hopefully that didn't impact the stream experience too much.
Okay, scratch that. Apparently, there's not going to be a restream for it. So, okay. Alright. That's all good.
Well, we wish both runners luck.
I guess
yeah,
after the tournament, can we frame it? Can we frame the seed?
It will live on the ZSR YouTube channel. Thanks, Fox, for coming in at the last minute to get this calmed.
Yeah, no problem.
Really glad we were able to show this one off.
Yeah, thank you for the
And,
last
you know,
minute
thanks to our
restream.
runners for... Yeah, I'm glad we could put it together. Thank you both for running it. Yeah, well done. Good effort, both runners. Yoshi, you were on the way. KTBean, excellent work. You're going to be moving on. Your opponents will be decided on Saturday. And yeah, I think that's it for me. So we're all done. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll have Saber read us off.
All right. GG's again, folks. That's gonna do things here for us at ZSR. It will be it for MMR tonight. There might be a restream tomorrow. We will see. And if not, then there will probably be one on Saturday. But let's send things off. Everyone have a good night, and thanks for watching.